In Beloit, Wisconsin, the threshold for lethal force is defined by the moment a vehicle is transformed into a kinetic weapon. This pursuit of a maroon Chevy Trailblazer transcends a routine traffic stop, as the vehicle was flagged in connection with a violent shooting in Illinois.
Eastbound on Portland, eastbound on Portland.
Legally, this triggers the dangerous fleeing felon protocols established in the landmark case Tennessee versus Garner, permitting deadly force when a suspect poses an imminent threat to the public. Tactically, as officers moved to box the vehicle in, the suspect opted for lethal escalation. The moment the suspect reversed and intentionally rammed an occupied patrol unit, the vehicle ceased to be a mode of transport and became a deadly tool of assault. Under the objective reasonableness standard of Graham versus Connor, the officer's response, discharging a firearm through the patrol car's windshield, is analyzed through the lens of a split-second life-or-death crisis.
Yep, we just 1050 to the squad. Central and strong, we're wiping out. Hold your up.
The human element here is one of total desperation versus professional restraint. While the suspect's violent history and final actions led to a fatal conclusion, investigators ultimately cleared the officers under Wisconsin Statute 939.48, citing that no other viable alternative existed to protect life. This incident serves as a definitive reminder of the risks inherent in high-stakes pursuits. When a suspect chooses to use a multi-ton SUV as a projectile against law enforcement, the legal response is warranted to be absolute.
In this incident from Kent County, Michigan, the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable seizures is tested against the split-second realities of high-speed pursuits. The encounter began when a white Land Rover linked to previous crimes led Holland police into a multi-jurisdictional
Traffic.
Traffic's lit. We're coming up to a red light. You're slowing down for it.
chase. Legally, under Michigan compiled laws 750.479A, the act of fleeing is a felony, justifying the pursuit. However, the use of force must remain objectively reasonable under the precedent set by Graham versus Connor. Tactically, the pursuit reached a devastating climax when 20-year-old passenger Riley Doggett bailed out of the moving vehicle. Deputy Josiah McMains, trailing at a distance that left zero margin for error, struck Doggett with his patrol SUV almost instantaneously. While Tennessee versus Garner generally prohibits deadly force against non-threatening fleeing suspects, investigators ruled this fatality an accident, citing the inherent unpredictability of a bailout scenario. Critics argued that the deputy's aggressive proximity exhibited tunnel vision, escalating a traffic enforcement action into a lethal encounter. Though the prosecutor declined to file charges, the community remains divided. Was this an unavoidable tragedy of police work or a tactical failure in force management that cost a young man his life? On the high-speed corridors of Atlanta, Georgia, the line between a traffic violation and a felony pursuit vanishes at 125 miles per hour. This incident, involving a black Mercedes on Interstate 85, represents a textbook case of felony fleeing under Georgia Code 40-6-395. Legally, the suspect's decision to nearly triple the speed limit in a 55-mile-per-hour zone shifted the encounter from routine enforcement to an immediate public safety crisis.
I need the air police, pit maneuver, pit, northbound. He's getting back in it. He's trying to get back in it. Coming up to North Druid Hills. Coming in for another pit. I got a vehicle on the way. I believe 786 trying to set up for another pit. We're taking the exit for North Druid Hills. Take him. I believe he's setting up for a pit.
Tactically, the Georgia State Patrol exhibited their signature aggression in pursuit termination. As the chase veered toward North Druid Hills, troopers evaluated the escalating risk to innocent commuters. Relying on the precedent established in Scott v. Harris, a landmark Georgia case, the troopers initiated a precision immobilization technique, or pit maneuver, to forcibly end a threat. In the eyes of the Fourth Amendment, using a vehicle to stop a reckless driver is considered a reasonable seizure when the suspect's flight poses a mortal danger to the community. The human element reached a stalemate following the impact. The driver, Omid Sheikh Sajadia, exhibited signs of impairment and flatly refused lawful orders to exit the vehicle. This non-compliance prompted the use of a taser to safely extract him from the wreckage. Subsequently, Sajadia is charged with DUI, reckless driving, and fleeing. This case serves as a stark warning to those traversing Georgia's highways. The State Patrol's standard operating procedures prioritize the safety of the public over the preservation of the fleeing vehicle, and they will utilize every tactical advantage to ensure the pursuit ends on their terms. In Sauk City, Wisconsin, the duty of transparency is eclipsed by a calculated act of self-preservation. This case doesn't involve a high-speed chase, but rather a criminal charade orchestrated by Officer Joel Ludowitz of the Sauk Prairie Police Department. The incident began on New Year's Eve when Ludowitz reported his personal vehicle stolen.
I noticed that down there.
Yes, sir. Here's all these doors.
7-1 Sauk, I'm on scene. I'm gonna have to go down the other side.
No, you can go down there and walk up the trail, but it's icy.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
My vehicle's gone. Somebody took my car.
Like stolen?
Like stole my car, yeah.
Okay. Are you at home right now?
I am, but I'm on my way to work. So if I could meet the deputy at my work. I'm a police officer at Sauk Prairie Police Department.
Oh my God.
There's nobody in it. .7-1 Sauk, just for 43, there's nobody in the vehicle.
10-4. Alright, copy, direct. We're going to continue on until we get a search of the area.
Damn it. Is there blood in the car?
There's blood on the side of that door. I don't see... Somebody's got to be f***ed up from this, because this...
Great Zach Fire to talk. Chief 1 on location. We'll be out investigating. We'll have command.
I'll have to call you back. This is a f***ing mess.
I want more people to search.
Joel's car was stolen, and it's laying down off the 60 bridge, so... Yeah, it's totaled. So I don't know... what the f***'s going on here. A lot of shit ain't adding up, so... yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of... Do you know what time you got home last night? Okay, because he's on... Ashley's all upset because this stays between you and I. He didn't get home till 1:07. No car. Yeah, so I don't know if he crashed his Or after he dropped you
a
off.
claim that would subsequently be exposed as a fraudulent police report. Legally, providing false information to law enforcement violates Wisconsin Statute 946.41, an offense that strikes at the core of judicial integrity. The procedural breakdown reached a turning point when Officer Duman arrived at the crash site. Moments after discovering the totaled vehicle, Duman noticed a critical discrepancy: bloodstains on the driver's side door. In a desperate attempt to neutralize physical evidence, Ludowitz was captured on camera manually wiping away the bloodstains while under the guise of an innocent passerby. This overt act of tampering with evidence transformed a routine accident investigation into an obstruction of justice case under Wisconsin Statute 946.65. The human element is defined by the sharp tension of betrayal. Ludowitz attempted to gaslight his own colleague, banking on professional courtesy to conceal his suspected intoxication and reckless crash. However, the integrity of the body cam footage proved insurmountable.
Reef the door open.
Yeah, right. They wrenched the door open.
Come here for a sec. I'm not going to be a dick, but I'm going to tell you this, okay?
Yeah.
Did you wipe blood off the driver's side door?
Just now?
Yeah.
I went over there and I checked the door.
Okay, because there's blood on the driver's side door. Okay? Do not be on this.
Oh my God, Paul.
Just calm down.
Dude.
I'm only saying this because shit ain't adding up. Ashley called me. She said you got home about 1:07.
It was not 1:07. I already told her that. There's no way.
Okay,
Paul,
dude,
stop. This is not me. Oh my God.
Okay, just.
We're not having this conversation, dude.
Well, I just want to make sure that it's not.
I was with you for fuck's sakes
I
last
know,
night,
dude.
dude.
Calm down.
Calm down.
I'm just making sure because I just don't want you to get in trouble. If it was you.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I was with you last night.
I know that. But.
And we weren't drunk.
I know.
Jesus Christ, Paul.
Dude. Okay. We are going to have a conversation after this is done because there's a lot of shit that isn't adding up.
Sure.
So, and then.
Oh my God.
Don't get pissed at me, dude. You gotta look at it how I see it, though. I left last night, and my girlfriend. No, I'll get a ride home. You gave my girlfriend a ride home, and your car's crashed, and she only lives so many blocks away. You gotta see where I'm seeing it from.
First of
Now,
all,
okay, now listen to me. There was blood on the side of that car, and now it's wiped off. So now I gotta explain that away.
Paul, there's blood all over the car.
Inside?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just, you gotta see it from my standpoint too, dude. Okay? You know? I'm just saying.
The fact that we're having a side conversation isn't like.
Okay, well.
And I gave her a ride home.
Following the investigation, Ludowitz was charged with obstructing an officer and subsequently resigned alongside Officer Duman. Beyond the legal penalties, Ludowitz's actions represent a Brady List nightmare, proving that once an officer compromises the truth, their badge becomes a liability to the law they swore to uphold. In Grandview, Missouri, a routine enforcement action serves as a textbook example of how panic can override legal logic. This incident began near Missouri 150 with a simple traffic stop for a minor violation, an encounter that should have ended with a signature and a fine. Legally, under Missouri Revised Statute 575.150, the moment the driver chose to ignore the sirens and accelerate, the situation escalated into a felony-level offense for resisting arrest. Tactically, the pursuit was short-lived but violent. Unlike high-speed chases that involve police-initiated contact, the suspect here served as his own judge and executioner. The driver's decision to floor it bypassed the physical limits of his SUV, leading to a catastrophic loss of traction. As the vehicle careened onto the median and initiated a violent rollover, the driver was ejected, a direct consequence of failing to secure himself during a high-speed flight. The human element is a study in professional contrast. The
very officers who were minutes away from an arrest immediately transitioned into first responders, joined by a civilian nurse and her husband. Under the standards of Graham versus Connor, the police's pursuit was reasonable, yet the outcome remains a sobering reminder. No minor traffic citation is worth the kinetic disaster of a high-speed wreck. This case highlights a grim truth of the road. You might outrun a police car, but you can never outrun the laws of physics.
In the state of Wisconsin, the laws of physics often deliver a final judgment before a court of law ever has the chance. This pursuit, involving a Lexus traveling at a staggering 140 miles per hour on U.S. Highway 118-151, represents the lethal extreme of felony eluding under Wisconsin Statute 346.04. Legally, the moment a suspect exceeds 100 miles per hour, the encounter shifts from a standard traffic stop to a high-risk event, where the potential for a reasonable seizure under Scott v. Harris is weighed against the near certainty of a catastrophic wreck. Tactically, the pursuit reached a biological and mechanical breaking point. At these extreme velocities, the vehicle is no longer a transport device, but a multi-ton projectile. While officers scrambled to clear the path ahead, the suspect's decision to traverse medians and shoulders effectively neutralized any chance of a controlled pursuit termination. Subsequently, the laws of motion took over. Upon losing traction during a high-speed maneuver, the vehicle careened off the roadway and initiated a series of violent rolls that spanned hundreds of yards. The human element here was a grim lesson in the finality of momentum. The driver, identified as Bo, was ejected from the vehicle as it disintegrated, a direct consequence of both extreme speed and the failure to utilize basic safety restraints. While the Fourth Amendment allows for the use of force to stop such a threat, in this instance, the suspect's own recklessness served as the terminating factor. This case stands as a haunting reminder. When the needle crosses 140, there are no minor mistakes, only life-ending outcomes. In Cecil County, Maryland, the basic rule of road safety under Maryland Transportation Code 21801 is tested by a deadly combination of high speed and zero visibility. This incident on Interstate 95 began when Maryland state troopers observed a vehicle weaving through heavy fog at dangerous velocities. Legally, the presence of thick mist requires drivers to maintain a reasonable and prudent speed.
She's all over the place. She's not stopping. She's speeding up 100 miles on the shoulders.
However, the suspect's decision to accelerate to 100 miles per hour while utilizing the shoulder transformed a traffic violation into a felony flight. Tactically, the pursuit was a blind gamble. Swallowed by the haze, the troopers could barely maintain visual contact as the suspect disregarded every environmental warning. The encounter reached a tragic conclusion when the vehicle careened off the highway and slammed into a tree, causing an instantaneous engine fire. Under the precedent set by County of Sacramento versus Lewis, law enforcement is generally shielded from liability in such crashes, as the fatalities are a direct result of the suspect's own reckless maneuvers rather than intentional police misconduct. The human element is captured in the desperate moments after the impact. The dash cam captures the trooper immediately transitioning from pursuit to life-saving mode, racing toward the burning wreckage with a fire extinguisher.
You got fire extinguisher? 5, we're here to 5. Hi, Bess. What was your message? No, I'm now. She's in the car. I can't get to her.
Despite the officer's rapid tactical response, the driver was pronounced deceased at the scene. This case serves as a somber reminder of the absolute finality of speed. In a court of law, environmental conditions are a factor, but on the road, they are a death sentence for those who choose to outrun the law in the dark.
In Lubbock, Texas, the legal concept of necessity under Texas Penal Code Section 9.22 is vividly illustrated in a race against mechanical failure. This incident began with a harrowing 911 call from 18-year-old Nicholas Merritt Voles, whose Toyota Camry had become a runaway projectile at 90 miles per hour due to a stuck accelerator. Legally, this is a rare anomaly where the high-speed transit is not a crime of flight, but a life-threatening emergency, removing any element of criminal intent under the Transportation Code. Tactically, the Lubbock Police Department initiated a high-stakes escort and clear operation. Subsequently, officers scrambled to block busy intersections and create a moving safety corridor, effectively shielding the public from a multi-ton unguided missile. The encounter reached a violent conclusion when the Camry clipped a patrol unit and careened into a series of rollovers near North Loop 289. In this juncture, the collision was an unavoidable tactical sacrifice to prevent the vehicle from entering more congested traffic zones. The human element of this case is defined by pure terror met with professional calm. Unlike standard pursuits where tension is fueled by defiance, here it was driven by a desperate struggle for survival against a failing machine. Miraculously, Voles survived the disintegration of his vehicle with only minor injuries. Following a forensic mechanical inspection, the throttle failure was confirmed, exonerating the young driver. This case serves as a definitive reminder
traffic. Light traffic. Big passing volumes right now.
In Fort Smith, Arkansas, the inherent danger of a high-speed motorcycle pursuit reaches a critical threshold when a rider opts for a no-helmet, no-fear strategy. This incident involving an Arkansas state trooper escalated rapidly from a standard speeding violation to a life-threatening manhunt. Legally, the rider's decision to exceed 130 miles per hour while weaving through urban traffic constitutes felony fleeing under Arkansas Code 5-54-125, an offense defined by the wanton disregard for public safety. Tactically, pursuing a motorcycle presents a nightmare for law enforcement. The physical vulnerability of the rider means that even a minor nudge can be lethal. Subsequently, the troopers utilized a strategic multi-unit approach, maintaining visual contact while waiting for the suspect to enter a confined environment. Upon boxing the rider in behind the county jail, the trooper initiated a low-speed tactical block. Under the Fourth Amendment standards of Scott versus Harris, this application of force was calibrated to seize the suspect while minimizing the probability of a fatal outcome in a densely populated area. The human element of this chase is underscored by the rider's calculated risks. Identified later through his passport, the individual was bloodied but survived his own recklessness.
Mr. Meter at the most.
to stomp on it. Oh, fuck. When I got it, I've been on my hand. Yeah.
Facing a long list of felony charges and traffic violations, the suspect's flight served only to transform a simple ticket into a prison sentence. For the ASP, the smoking patrol car at the end of the chase stands as a testament to the intensity of the encounter and a definitive reminder that high-speed evasion is a gamble, where the house and the laws of physics always win.